Speech number 3 by Stephanie Davison. I must ask you a question. Fashion trends have been our primary source for cultures and communities to get together and understand one another. It's a statement, it's art. It's what we are as a human being to separate each other from one another. But when you turn something that's not so trendish into a month where you compete with everybody, and this is in the military, we created a thing called Mustache March, Mustache November, and I swear each year we add on an extra month, just a reason for them to grow a mustache. And to be honest, it's not attractive. Half the time, people in military tend to look like a pedophile, especially the security forces. They tend to look like a full-out pedophile, or they look like they're growing out a 70s stash because they got the big aviators on, and it's not cute. And the fact that they don't even know where it originated from is the problem. To understand the mustache march, you have to go back to like the 70s era, and you need to understand a guy named Robin Olds. He was an officer. He didn't appreciate what was going down in his military at the time. His stand was to grow an out-of-rags mustache, and that means it would pass like the lines on his face. It was like overgrown. It was the typical 70s porno stash. He knew it was bad, and then you had a guy named McConnell come down and talk to him in person, and he quoted him coming down saying that it was a breach of military standards and that he needed to fix it, and that he was unamused with all his troops growing stashes because of him. So it stopped for a period of time, and then it got reinitiated by a man named General Walsh. He sent out a massive email stating, "I'm putting a smackdown on all you guys, Air Force-wide mustache march, MAGCOM competitions." I was deployed when this happened, so all of a sudden you see all these people coming out with giant mustaches. They're all competing with each other. They're taking pictures of one another. It's getting out of hand, and it's not attractive. It actually kind of takes away from what the military image is. And I don't think somebody of that higher standing should have initiated something like that. Yeah, it did bring us together. It did put a common goal, and with everything that was going on, we needed a morale booster, but I don't think Mark Welsh knew that it was a symbol of defiance against the Air Force itself back from the 70s. So for him to even initiate something like that, he should have done his research and tried to understand the symbolism behind it. And thirdly, why look like a 70s porno star? And why look like a guy driving a white van ready to pick up little kids with candy in the back seat? It's not cute. Just don't do it. It's not what I want to see in my military. It goes against all standards of military 36-2903, military standards of dress and appearance. Why would you want to do that? You signed a contract, just look a professional. Do what you need to do. Don't support something that's a defiance of something you signed up for. You knew what you're getting yourself into. And because somebody who's higher ranking doesn't know what it is, point out to him that you're promoting something not cool. Something that an officer back in the day was trying to put to the man like, "Yo, we're not doing what you tell us, so we're growing out a mustache." It's not cool. In conclusion, unless you know the origins and agree with the symbolic defiance against the Air Force as a whole, the other reason it just isn't attractive, and it doesn't look professional. So the next time you want to go along with a fad just to embrace the mocking pictures and molester jokes, just don't grow it. If you feel like it, just remember, do you know everything there is to know about why you're growing that mustache? Just don't do things out of ignorance. This concludes my speech.